Hi, today we've come to see the salmon run at Etienne Brule Park along the Humber River. We will be watching these magnificent fish navigate a gauntlet of anglers, birds, and the numerous weirs along the Humber River to reach their native spawning grounds. We will also walk through the park along the riverside and view what sights nature has to offer here. So join us for a short trip along the Humber River at Etienne Brule Park. The Humber River is one of 40 Canadian heritage rivers. Its water is sourced from about 750 creeks that fan in to feed the river, with its main branch almost 100 kilometers long. It then flows into Lake Ontario. The earliest European settlers in Ontario relied on it for sustenance. Some of them even reputedly established homesteads based on the sale of salmon alone. By the 1800s, catches of Atlantic salmon were so extensive that diarist Elizabeth Simcoe, wife of the first Lieutenant Governor of Upper Canada, remarked that people caught and sold these salmon by the barrelful. Even as we enter the park, we hear a loud splash and can see an angler has caught one of these magnificent fish. It appears to be a large Chinook salmon. Chinook salmon are not native to Lake Ontario but were introduced here in the middle of the 1900s. They are the largest salmon species, and some of them can weigh in at over 13 kilograms. Salmon were very common up until the late 1900s, but due to unsustainable fishing practices, alteration of the river courses, habitat loss, degradation, pollution, and the blocking of their migratory passages, they became extinct from this watershed. Look carefully. Another salmon scoots by this angler's feet. In the middle of the 20th century, attempts to re-establish the salmon were not working out that well. But with mounting conservation efforts to reduce pollution and improve the water quality of the rivers that fed into Lake Ontario, and the reintroduction of Chinook and other species of salmon that were a little hardier, the salmon started to make a comeback. Our angler has another surprise. He has another salmon in his catch. Efforts are ongoing to reintroduce the Atlantic salmon to this watershed. The salmon need highly oxygenated, silt-free water to breed and form self-sustaining populations. As our angler hauls in his catch, a group of enthusiastic people gather around to see it. A curious dog comes up to view what's going on. It's no easy task to carry two heavy fish through the fast-flowing waters of the Humber River. The exhausted angler plops his fish down, much to the disapproval of the dog. We are nearing the first physical barrier for the salmon. These small dams, called weirs, were constructed to regulate the flow of the river. Here the salmon gather in large numbers. You can see them thrashing around with their fins and tails occasionally jutting out. A loud splash, and one of them scooted right by us. You can see their dark silhouettes from the shore as they jostle around for the best breeding spots. Another one scoots by. Here's a nice spot to view the salmon jumping out of the water trying to cross the weir. Look at them go. These salmon can jump up to 10 feet high. Every time a salmon makes a successful jump, the gathered crowd nearby cheers it on with loud applause. These heavy fish are so powerful that they can fight against the torrent of water coming at them and jump right through it. Sometimes the fish collide when they try to jump together. Even though the larger fish are heavier, I'm guessing they're also stronger, so it's easier for them to jump across the weir. The salmon try again and again, never giving up, but still, not all of them make it. The instinct to return to their spawning place despite all barriers is truly awe-inspiring. We stood transfixed, watching this miracle of nature. Can you imagine? Here we are in Toronto, North America's fourth largest city, and we can actually see the salmon running in it. If you are enjoying this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support inspires us. The salmon are territorial and will defend their breeding patch from any other salmon coming near it. So nearby, we can see some of them jostling to defend their own patches. Further on, above the weir, we come to the tranquil pools of water where the salmon that have jumped over can actually rest. We continue moving upstream, enjoying all the views that the park has to offer, and occasionally we can even see salmon jumping out of the water. Even though we were walking by the bank of the river, the park also has some very beautiful paths that people can go through. These tranquil pools of water allow the salmon that have jumped over the first weir to rest and recuperate their energy. Here, ducks are also enjoying the beautiful autumn weather. Some of the views across the river are truly beautiful. We are fast approaching the second weir. People sit by the riverbank enjoying the autumn weather, oblivious to the salmon right near their feet. These salmon are preparing to make the next stage of their journey. Here's the nice place to watch the salmon run while eating lunch. The fish here are jumping across the weir, but they are far fewer in number. Here's one that has made it over and is resting in the pools above. Look at all the onlookers waiting to see the salmon jump. It looks as though they're standing in the middle of the river. We continue our journey upstream, enjoying all the views. Such is a circle of life as we see a salmon exhausted and dead in the river. But its body will slowly decompose and the nutrients will get released back so that the salmon juveniles will be able to use that nutrients again. We reach the third weir. Here too, the fish are striving to get over it. We now have to follow the path as the riverbank is too steep. Yet another weir looms ahead. But there are tranquil waters above it. Here is yet another weir. Imagine what these salmon have to go through to reach their spawning grounds. We continue onward, and on the way we see a sign warning of coyotes in the locality. At one time there were many sawmills on this river. We continue to move on, and there's a very beautiful pedestrian bridge up ahead. This is a nice place to view the river and just chill out. The path moves on towards James Gardens, which we hope to cover next spring. This is a beautifully wooded area where you can come to enjoy the fall colors. I leave you thinking about these magnificent salmon that have to overcome so many obstacles. All the anglers on the river, and weir after weir. And then again, there are many birds, fish eagles, herons that also prey on them. They come up and spawn, and their life cycle is complete. And then it starts all over again. What do you think we could all do to help these fish come back and spawn naturally in all our rivers? I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please like, share, and subscribe. For more, please visit www.myamazingcanada.com.